What's going on, y'all? This Low.
This is Key, and we're low key.
Today we're gonna be talking about how you must define your direction and then take the action, right?
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Define you right. Define direction and create action.
And create action.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Alright, so you can just take action getting up out of the bed, but then that's gonna turn into like you feeling like you did something because you got up and cut the grass that day,
Mm-hmm.
swept the floor,
Mm-hmm.
fixed the light bulb,
Mm-hmm.
which is all good things if that's what you want to do. Make the house look better. But when we are talking about direction and action, we talking about things that actually push your life forward.
Right.
So when we say define your direction, and it should come before the creation of the action, because if you put the action before the direction, you're gonna end up doing things like cutting the grass.
It has nothing. Yeah.
Which is better than just sitting down. Now, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take the energy to define the direction and the things you really want and follow that up with the action over and over again, then that's how you create the reality that you living in.
Absolutely.
And that being said, you should think about your life. And when did you really come to understanding, like, the action you take when you wake up actually creates the reality around you on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
The energy you putting in, like, you ain't getting away with nothing. And that's what manifested how you look, where you at, what's going on, what your daily situation is.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, right?
Yeah, I agree. If you don't define it, the direction that you're going, you could just take action on anything. You're just doing stuff. You're just acting. But when you have a destination, you know what you want, you know where you want to end up, then you can create the action. And then you have, your destination, so you create the action. So I think a lot of us, we don't know what we want. We don't know what we want, and what you want that's your destination. But it takes something to get to what you want.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, we want things, but we're not clear if that's our want or somebody else's want, or just because you saw somebody else have it, you want it. We're not clear on it. So I think the first thing we must do is get clear about what you want. Stop overthinking. Just know what you want and just go for it. The only way that you're going to be able to get to it is to take action. But you got to be clear about what you want, what it is that you desire.
Yep.
Yep.
And you don't, unless you figured out what you do from a young age and you have parents and people to guide you into the thing to cultivate your direction in which to take the action, then it takes time to develop your direction. Most people get to the age, they realize they're not doing what they want to do, or they're not doing anything at all, and they take little action in the true direction they want to go, and when the outcome isn't what they expected, then it's like it becomes much more difficult to clarify direction and take action in that direction the older you get. Not because it's difficult, but because that same child was practicing singing and dancing for years. Didn't have to focus on nothing else.
Absolutely.
You know? And but as adults, we able to achieve these things faster because we more conscious, we more aware, and we have the capability to be more disciplined.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing, are you going to be more disciplined? Are you willing to take the action necessary? Because it's not going to come to you. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get the results of what you're doing. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's just face it, let's just be honest about it. Like, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in our capabilities to make things happen.
Yep.
That's a lot of times why we are unclear about what direction we're headed in. We're unclear about our destination. We're unclear about a lot of things. And it first has to start with you believing in yourself. It's easy to say, and having faith in yourself, that's endless. That's endless power to have faith in yourself.
Yep.
You know?
Don't let nobody move you off of your position. You know?
Absolutely. Because it's easy to be moved when you're not clear.
Exactly. Especially when you're not clear. You could be moved from side to side, left to right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who you looking up to? And
Big
what are
one.
they telling you? Because most people gonna knock your plan off to the side. Now, if you not one to buckle down and believe in yourself and keep pushing through the failures of the day or the failures in your system and tweak it and get better day by day, then you a victim of circumstance and the people you talk to.
Absolutely.
And you will become a product of your environment. You know?
Absolutely. Through experience, in my opinion, the best way to overcome, because when you have a direction, you have a destination, and you just stuck. You know how sometimes you second guess the information that you have in order to get something done, or you think you don't have enough information, or I need to wait until I get more information about it. And the best teacher is gonna be yourself. You're just gonna have to move. You're gonna have to take some action, man. That's the only way. I think that's the best way. One of the best ways to do it. What way you think it is?
What? To take action?
To take action, like what's another way to find the best way to find your direction? Like
Is
if you
to-
don't know your direction.
Is to like look within yourself. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's harder to even think about it. You know, like one of your notes right there. Stop overthinking. I think that's the main thing, because if you pick something and then do it outside of like you doing something that somebody else created as far as a job or whatever. Now when you choose this thing to do and to manifest, a sheep will always be a sheep.
Right.
Even if you put the sheep around wolves, like you can't put a tiger around lions and the tiger turn into a lion.
That's deep.
It's still gonna be a tiger. So through action and creation, you will find your direction.
Yeah. Well put.
You know? So you have to say you want to do something. Write down what direction you want to go.
Write it down.
Take action on that and you will find what it is you're good at in everything, in all things. You will find who you are. But the key is to plug yourself into something you created.
Absolutely.
Not plugging yourself into something for a paycheck that you know you only doing that for the paycheck. You're not doing it because you love it or you trying to help push the company forward. That's different. You doing it to support yourself and your family merely for a paycheck. That's different. That's you going in, clocking out, and forgot everything about it because it's horrible. Now, when you pull something from your soul and you create it, it doesn't matter what it is. You will find out what you are in those things.
Absolutely.
What you think?
Absolutely. I agree. That's where you'll find out.
I think it's less of do this, do that, get a little taste of that, get a little taste of this. You have to write down a direction.
That's one.
Something you may want to build or create, no matter how small or big. And the steps is to work towards it. To work towards it, you'll see your strengths, you'll see your weaknesses, you'll see what it takes to get closer to that thing, and therefore you'll get closer to yourself.
And that's the closest to God, I believe.
Absolutely. Most people die, they just made the quarter better for a company. Maybe something may have happened, they passed away, and the position was filled
Immediately.
before they were buried. Or you working for a company in a warehouse for 20 years, about to retire, you get into an accident, and they take all your benefits away.
Horrible.
Or with the pandemic, so many people just got laid off. Trim the fat. The companies, the first fat they trimming is you. I don't care, because it's not your creation. And you'll never find yourself doing something for a paycheck.
That's exactly what they do. That's what they did.
That's exactly what they did. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you don't have a you didn't
and they
create.
don't care.
It's
you
their
can't call
creation.
nobody and be like, oh man, that messed up, man.
They ain't trying to hear it.
Because you came to them. They was like, you give us
This.
everything you got and whatever the title is, and we'll trade you a paycheck. It's a barter system.
That's exactly what it is.
So now when things go wrong, you can't say whatever, because it wasn't in the contract. So they could do whatever. Pandemic came, the employee was the first person to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn.
They don't
Because it's
care.
not yours, like they ain't supposed to.
Nope.
You got something else for me?
Nope, that's it.
You got any last words?
No, so just determine your direction.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? And then you determine your direction, and then just take action.
And you're not going to be perfect
Destination.
from the jump.
No, it takes time.
Don't look at nobody
Doesn't
else
happen
and
overnight.
think they situation went perfect. Like, you don't know.
You don't know.
Because you losing energy that way. So the key is to keep going. And you'll get better and better and better.
Yep.
I'm low.